and welcome to another teacher talk session tonight. And tonight we are going to have another educator from different part of the world. And tonight we are having an English language instructor, Inna Bezbakh. When she comes, we are going to start our live session with her. And she's here. You can send me a request. Yes, you have already done it, Inna. There you
Good
go.
morning.
Yes, right here. Hello.
Hi, glad to see you.
Yeah, it's nice to see you, And before start, I would like to say thank you very much for accepting my invitation for our teacher talk session tonight for 223rd session, which is a great the number for us. And thank you being with us here.
Thanks a lot for invitation. It's a pleasure for me.
Oh, wonderful. All right, so I know that we are very busy. I'm sure you are very busy. So if you are ready, can we start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, wonderful. So I know about you a little bit, not a lot of things about you, but probably our audience would like to know about you. So can you tell us about yourself, please, and a bit about your experiences too?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. So first of all, I have been teaching since 2016, and I've been teaching at public school, gymnasium, now lyceum as an English teacher. I worked with different ages, students of different ages, from the primary school to high school, and I also have experience working with adults. And in 2021, I earned master's degree in English, in foreign languages and literature, English and German. And nowadays, I'm working at office as a translator, but after work, I also do my tutoring. And I'm happy to help all my clients to level up their knowledge of English.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, that's all you can. You want to add anything else, or that's all?
Thanks, I'm okay.
Okay, So my next question is, what was or were your turning point or points in your own education?
Well, I think it's closely related to my journey as a teacher because every year we can discover something new, and the methodology changes, also the circumstances change as well. And I can say that I've always been dreaming to become a teacher since my teenage years. I decided to dive deeper into English, yeah, and I felt a real joy to be a teacher even when we had some practice at college, then later at university. It was very interesting. First, I worked with little kids, like just the starters, yeah, A0, A1 level, but later we moved into secondary school education and also high school, and every age has some peculiarities, something inspiring, and it's really interesting to notice their emotions, how they share their experience, yeah, their needs, yeah, something like that. And I think it's very important to adapt methods to the students' needs because truly, first of all, we need to create positive and supportive environment. After that, we can dive deeper into giving them marks or telling what else they can do, how can they improve their knowledge, how can they prepare for exams. But first of all, we need to build that supportive community, to my mind.
I see. I see. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing your turning point with us. And you just mentioned that you've been teaching, I think, for 6 or 7 years, or you said you 16,
Yeah,
2016 you have started. I almost 10 years, I think. Huh?
already.
If I'm not wrong. Okay, great. And during this period, I'm sure that you have tried different techniques, strategies, and methodologies in your lessons, and you have a kind of a philosophy of teaching. So, what is your philosophy of teaching?
Well, I always tell my student that studying a language is like going to the gym. Once you skip training, then you lose the progress, right?
Yeah.
So I can also say that first of all, we focus on communicative approach. Since the very first lesson, we start
Uh-huh.
with phrases. Yeah, sometimes we also need to talk a little bit to dive deeper into their likes, dislikes. What are they going to talk more? Why do they need to study English? But surely, first of all, I would like to accent to highlight a communicative approach and micro learning because Nowadays, 70% of my students are adults, and they have to combine their work with studying, also their responsibility as moms or dads, and we can say that it's truly challenging, especially if they are already abroad. But we try our best, and first of all, my philosophy is based on tailoring to the individual student's needs. I can say so.
Mhm. I see. Thank you for your philosophy to share with us here. Thank you, Ina. All right. So, as an educator, we have lots of stories in our life, and sometimes we have good stories, and sometimes, of course, we have bad stories, and some, the failed ones, and of course, we have some success stories. And I'm sure that you have also success stories as well. So, can you tell us one or maybe two success stories of yours? But we would like to hear something inspirational if you have.
Oh, okay. I can say that every student is a big inspiration for me, big motivation because every need is different. But I would like to highlight one of my students. Her name is Julia. We study every week together. And she's been abroad lots of times, but she didn't need English first. Later, she moved abroad, and now she lives in America. And her level of English was really just from school, like basic. Now she is working abroad. Now she also have to, we can say, spend lots of time with Americans and try their best and change the job, different things. And I feel really proud how relaxed she is nowadays. How much she achieved with our day-to-day learning, and I'm also happy to mention one more student. He is a lawyer, and first he used to be just an advocate. It was truly hard for him to adapt into legal English. Yeah, he knew English just for general basis, yeah, but he needed more to feel much more confident at his job. And I'm really happy that together we built that level of confidence that one day he just told me that he attended one of the conferences and he didn't
Oh, nice.
need a translator. Yeah, I was so much happy. Any headphones, any translator, and one of the principals of this conference asked him, why don't you listen, something like that. He said, oh, actually thanks God I understand everything. Yeah, that was my biggest inspiration. I felt really, really proud, and I hope that he continues his education. He achieved lots of results, and now he feels much more confident in any situation.
Wonderful. It's a great story that she had because of you. And thank you for sharing this story with us, Ina. Thank you very much. And Ina, you know that when you think about the education world, there were lots of the pioneers of the ELT world, and of course we have now a lot of important educators for ELT world. So when you think about past and the present, all these important, the pioneers of ELT or educators,
Mhm.
if you could, invite any educators from the past or present to observe your class, who would it be and why?
Oh, thanks for a really interesting question. It's very hard to highlight just two of them, but I would like to focus on Noam Chomsky because of his famous linguistic things and modern teaching methods, especially his cognitive science. And I would also like to mention one of the most famous Georgian renowned educator. His name is Solomon Zvili. I'm really a big fan of his works, of his books, yeah, and I'm truly impressed by his humanistic approach and his kindness. I wish they could visit my lessons.
That's really nice. That's really that they are really important people for us as a language teacher. Of course, they really affect the way of we teach, the way we think we do. Thank you for sharing this to important educators here, and you mentioned them. Okay, so as a teacher, we always want to be successful in our about our goals, all right? We want to achieve them, especially in the classroom or maybe outside the classroom if you have some goals. But my focus is in the classroom. So when you think about success, what do you think makes a teacher successful in the classroom?
Mhm. Well, I think there are many factors, but first of all, he or she should build a really mutual understanding between the kids and educator itself, because it's really hard to imagine our everyday life without that human communication. Yeah, even
Yeah.
yeah, because of different reasons nowadays, especially in Ukraine, lots of schools study sometimes online because of the hardships of the war, something like that. And of course, they do it online, but even online, we need that communication. We need that emotional intelligence, and emotional intelligence makes everything possible, I can say. Even brings much bigger motivation, even lights the fire inside our souls to study English, to explore something, to dive deeper into all these things. Yeah, and I would also sometimes I also imagine my perfect classroom, how it would look like. Yeah, first of all, I imagine bright, welcoming space with lots of natural light, and I would also like to have this classroom supplied with modern technologies such as smart boards, tablets, individual for every student. It would be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and cozy reading corner, because I think it's impossible to dive into a language if you don't know the literature of that country, if you don't feel that mentality, and this mentality can be put freely into the books as one of the instruments. Yeah, one of the
Mhm.
tools. Yeah, cozy reading corner with a small library would be truly perfect. And also, first of all, positive atmosphere. Even if you don't have all the necessities, even if the light gone off or some problems, technical or offline life, first of all, atmosphere, positive atmosphere means everything, I guess.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much for, the sharing the idea of success, being successful in the classroom. Thank you, Ina. Before, I'm sure that, like all other teachers or educators, before starting this career, we all have a dream, the classroom in our mind before starting it, and we think about it and we say, oh, my classroom will be like this, or my classroom will be like that. But of course, the reality is not the same. The
Yeah.
reality is different. When you go inside the classroom, you face a lot of different things. So when you think about your dream classroom, of course, if you could design it with unlimited resources, what would it look like?
hmm First of all, I would like to use different smart boards with modern applications, for example, where they can connect to different things, yeah, work with sentences, explore the text, structurize, restructurize things. When we talk about a little bit higher levels, it would be also useful for them because there are many loads of different applications nowadays, and also interactive exercises, board games
Yeah.
on the smart board. Yeah, it would be perfect. Also, in my vision, it would be nice, truly nice, to have tablets, individual tablets, because it means everyone can explore something that is really interesting for them, suitable for their needs. For example, if somebody is crazy about music, they can be focused and study English first of all because of them, yeah. Or maybe watching some abstracts of films, and they will be in original, or maybe even play some games that made them be not so big, not so long, but some guys especially, they will understand this need, and they will explore this virtual world with the help of English. It would be also nice and kind of motivational for them. Yeah, so it's a great tool, I can say, if organizing it rightly
Uh-huh.
and tailored to our needs. Yeah. And of course, I can say that even in the era of different gadgets, it's truly important to have books, real books, especially, yeah, from classic to modern literature. It's also very important. And for the kids, it can be like, for example, a few fairy tales, very popular from this or that country that we are studying, yeah. Or, for example, Great Britain, but some Scottish writers, some Irish, British, and so on and so forth, some American writers as well. So I imagine my perfect classroom with a library itself, and Also, I hope that even if something went wrong, even if their gadgets don't work, first of all, they have that so-called positive community, and they can exchange their ideas, work in groups, work in pairs. It's truly important because individual lesson is great, but when we talk about school, it's truly important to organize that. We can say like mutual help, yeah,
Yeah,
feedback, accent, yeah,
I
something like that.
see. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for the nice answer for us. And Azra says great for the answer. Thank you, Azra, for your support. Okay, and I think you've been living in Turkey for a long time, if I'm not wrong. Are you in?
Actually, I'm just a tourist
Oh,
here,
you're
and
just a tourist.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
But I'm
see.
from Turkey. Yes, I feel very much inspired with the beauty of Turkey and all the wonderful, all the truly inspiring places it has. Yeah.
I see. Okay, it's great to know that. And okay, so what I'm gonna ask that about when you think about uh, a program for teachers, all right, let's say PD programs.
Mhm.
We always the teachers always want to, you know, improve themselves, and they would like to, the take kind of professional development programs they want to get in. And so if you think that, okay, this the professional development part, if you could create your own teacher training program, all right, what would be its main focus? So you want to create your own program for the teachers who needs, what would be your main focus?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question. Thanks for asking me. And I
You're
also remember, yeah, I would like to start my answer with the quote because I feel really deep respect for Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, and I remember one of his quotes. It sounds like it is education that makes a nation live as a free, independent, glorious, and elevated society, or leaves a nation to slavery and misery. So I can say that's truly
Thank
important.
you.
That's really important. And first of all, I would like to focus on practical student-centered teaching because nowadays there are lots of demandful things. You should be responsible for the results at the end of the year, at the end of the term, and it's so stressful. Everybody feels the challenge. But I would also like to include some classroom management and emotional intelligence because it's truly important to feel the soul of the student, and students can be different. Not all of them enter to the classroom with a good mood. Some of them are disappointed, some of them have their own family problems or something like that. Some of them are just a little bit lazy because they don't feel that motivation to continue their study. Yesterday they have lots of tests, something like that. So I would like to focus onto these three things. Yeah,
That's
emotional intelligence, yeah,
mhm.
classroom management, and practical central student-centered teaching. Yeah.
Okay. So when you start your professional development program, please let us know, okay? So we will join. Great,
Thanks.
thank you. Thank you very much, Inna, for sharing your professional development program with us. Okay, we know that AI is a very common term and it's everywhere, as you know, that artificial intelligence. So it helps us a lot about lots of things, especially in education and on other, the jobs or lots of things. When you think, but as a teacher, we have lots of things to do, all right? And extra things, of course, we have to do. Not only, we cannot focus on our students, we have to focus on the other things like papers, I don't know, some grading or some paperwork and other things, lots of things. So when you think about all your work to do, okay? If AI could take over one especially boring task in education to free teachers' time, which task would you give it?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question because nowadays it's truly hard to imagine our everyday life without artificial intelligence. Some of the students use ChatGPT to intellect of different ideas when they write
Yeah,
essays.
exactly.
Something like that, yeah. And the same as about teachers. I think it can be truly helpful, especially with grading or correcting routine exercise and quizzes, because usually we need so much time to create all these things, to create all the tasks, and it's kind of it turned into routine, I can say. Yeah, but in this way, using AI for grading, for correcting routine exercise and quizzes, it can help us save lots of time to interact with students, to organize something, to feel their mood better, maybe something like that. And I can say, yeah, sometimes artificial intelligence gives us really amazing ideas. Sometimes it can help us to create different images. Some stories and also work with them, or when we are not so much sure into the level of our students,
Uh-huh.
it can help us. Yeah, something like that. So yeah,
I
I think
see.
you should choose it.
That
Yeah.
that's a nice one to choose it. That's really important, by the way. It takes a lot of time, like grading and other things to do. All right, so there's a comment, by the way. Sometimes I get confused. We as teachers teach AI or AI teaches us. It
Yeah,
depends. It depends on I think the situation.
yeah, it depends truly.
Exactly. Okay. So, Ina, there are lots of now we talk about the AI, and you know that we have lots of online tools or platforms that we use. I'm sure that you are using also some platforms or the tools as an online. So, can you recommend any online tools or platforms that you like to use? Just only one or two platforms or online tools.
Mhm. First of all, when we talk about teaching lexic, I prefer Quizlet because it helps you to organize your visual, how to say it, vocabulary, yeah, usually. And you can also add terms. You shouldn't reckon on, for example, translating from English into Turkish or English into Ukrainian. You can also give explanation into English and try to explain it with their own words or
Uh-huh.
students. Yeah, it's truly nice. I also use Canva, but it's not like a website. It's more like application, yeah, because
Yeah.
it helps to, yeah, to design different presentations, different things. I will mention about it a little bit later. And I'm also focused on website, for example, testenglish.com, because it has truly interesting tasks based on reading, writing skills, use of English. It's truly maybe the most challenging yeah, option of teaching, but it's truly important. Yeah, and British Council. Yeah, I'll usually use it, yeah, because it has amazing text and you can choose for teens or for kids, and it's adaptable.
Exactly. I see. I see. Thank you. Thank you very much for your suggestions here about it. Okay. So, we actually, as a teachers, you know, we have lots of, the sometimes difficulties at our work. It's not easy. Our job is not easy to do it as a teachers. Okay. And so every day we need to find the kind of motivational things to do this job sometimes because we need it. It's not only for teaching, it's actually about with all other jobs. People look for kind of motivational things to continue their job. When you think about yourself, okay, what motivates you at your work?
Honestly, my biggest motivation are my students, because every student is individual. And also their gratitude. Their gratitude is something that lights up my inner world, I can say like that, especially when some of them moved abroad and now we meet each other sometimes, or they meet me in different social medias and they write some kind words. Oh my goodness, that's the biggest. Yeah, some of the teachers here wrote about money, but yeah, money is a good motivation, but sometimes it's not only about money. uh, when you feel the real emotions, when you have the real cases that, for example, they were on level A1 or B1, yeah, they felt truly inconfident and they had this lacking confidence and they couldn't create good possibilities for their studies or their job, then I guess even if they paid thousands of dollars, it wouldn't be enough because you wouldn't feel that satisfaction in your soul. So I can say, yeah. Yeah, maybe it's kind of naive, but I'm really happy for all my students' results. Some of them are better, some of them still studying, still learning, still trying their best, but it's truly, truly motivational to observe how their life changes. And it's really
Mm.
nice.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Again, I'm gonna ask you about the jobs. Like, that most of people, probably have actually they had different job ideas in their mind before actually starting their real job. For
Yeah.
example, as a teacher, I had different job in my mind, but right now I'm a teacher. Actually, I'm really happy to do this job, but I'm sure that you had also different ideas in your mind before becoming a teacher. So if you weren't, the working in education as a teacher, what completely different job would you try just for fun?
Oh, that's really interesting. As for me, honestly, I've always believed that being a teacher means combining different kind of jobs because you need to be so much kind, so much caring like the parent, and you should also be sometimes firm and wise like a real judge. So when I was a child, I dreamed of becoming a lawyer first because being a lawyer means all these, like classy outfits, wise, interesting books, and all that atmosphere. But most of all, the most important for me was that I could have a chance to defend justice and uphold fairness, I can say like that. And later, I have also thought like, however, teaching also requires understanding the every student needs and also realize what hardships they can be faced with. So you can't imagine a successful learning process if you don't recognize the different problems of the students of different ages. That's why I would also like to be a psychologist, maybe. And I think both the profession, yeah, they show that support and help people a lot. So being a
I
teacher,
see.
yeah, I like that.
It's great. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing your other dream job here with us. Thank you very much. Okay, so that uh, we are in a kind of a technology era, so and it's not easy to follow technological development or improvements, especially in lots of parts of the uh, lots of parts, and especially in education world, also it's not easy to follow these technological improvements. So now we're having this conversation, and I'm sure that lots of things happening about technology. So when you think about these technological improvements, how do you follow it? So in education world, what kind of things you do, and what can you suggest to us to follow this technological
Mhm.
improvement in education?
Well, I can say that a truly inspiring fact for me was that we should apply different techniques. There is not only one technique to practice and to help students remember the words. Yeah, the words, the grammar, all the starting points, I can say like that. So these days, I'm diving deeper into neurolinguistics or neuropedagogy, we can say like that. And it was truly interesting for me to explore which techniques we can combine, or for example, what is the span of students' attention and how can we make it longer, how to change different activities, and how to make how to build the real strategy to help them revise the words better, the lexic better, the grammar better, something like that. So I would like to focus on these things, yeah, of course, and visiting different webinars, yeah. Nowadays, it's hard to say which exactly because there are many, loads of them
Yeah,
all over the
exactly.
internet. Yeah, but it's truly inspiring, and I would like to continue it. Different mini courses, educational programs. Yeah, I would really like to be a participant of them, an active listener of them. And
Mhm.
thanks to the same, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ina. Okay, so uh, my next question is about role models. It's going to be, that we all have role models in our life. So we would like to follow the path of successful people. And we would like to watch the things that they do, and sometimes we would like to copy the things that they do if they done something very useful for the people or for the world. something like that. So when you think about role models and the inspired one, of course, if you have, do you have any role models? If yes, who are they? Or do you have any people who inspire you about your job or about your life?
Yeah, thanks a lot. I can say every person in our life influences on our further life, life in future. But yeah, but talking about famous people or celebrities, personalities, yeah, famous personalities, I would like to highlight Princess Diana, Lady Diana, I think, because her kind heart and all this dedication to helping poor people inspired me truly so much since the teenage years. And truly, I can say that honestly, the kindness doesn't have any gender, any race. It's something that doesn't depend on these factors. And it was such a big turn on into my activity as being a teacher to try to imply all these ideas and to dive deeper into different cultures, to compare them, to explore something that can be useful for teaching students, because actually my clients nowadays are from all over the world. I can say not only Ukrainians, and it's truly interesting to explore these ideas, their mindset, I can say. And talking about simple people like people from our everyday life, I'm really grateful to my friends, every friend who supports me, who shares his or her ideas. That's truly important. And also, especially adults, because they have to balance between their life, everyday life, work, and also study. Some of them had to start their life from zero, we can say like that, being in another
Uh-huh.
country. Yeah, and this balance inspires me a lot. I can also say like that.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Inna. Okay, so uh, we all read books, watch movies, and we go to some shows and see them. And I'm sure that sometimes when we read something really important or something really interesting, sometimes we would like to apply it, okay, to our life. Or if we watch movie and we see a kind of a scene, or we say that, oh, this is a really great example for my class for my life. I can use it, something like that. Or you go show and you see something interesting and you take it and adapt it in your classroom maybe or your life. So, do you have any books or movies or shows that influence the way you teach or your research for your education life or for your personal life?
Oh, actually, yeah, I would like to talk about books. Maybe
Sure.
lots of viewers heard about the book, famous book of Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, The Little Prince. And actually, it's not a book about education at all, but it also shows that teaching is not only about delivering information to somebody's mind. It's also about seeing the world a little bit deeper and through other people's eyes. It's really
I
interesting. And
see.
yeah, thanks a lot. And one more book I was really inspired with is written by a famous Turkish writer, Reşat Nuri Güntekin, Çılgın, oh, The Ran.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
I enjoyed it so much, and it's truly it's about a story. For those who hadn't read it first, yeah, it's about a story. There is a young teacher, and she's facing with truly challenging conditions of teaching. In village, in mountainous areas, and also through the hardships of her private life, kind of like that. And we can notice all her dedication, all her empathy, all her deep humanity through this story. And I think that, yeah, these two books inspired me most of all because teachers' attitude and values can shape students' lives. And this life is shaped far beyond the classroom. It's not only 45 minutes or 1 hour of teaching. Yeah.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing that two books that inspired you in your life and education. They're really nice books and very, the important books. Thank you. Thank you very much, Inna, for sharing them with us. Okay. So, in our life, there are some moments that we face with some difficult moments or challenging ones. And sometimes we can handle challenging moments or difficult times, and sometimes we cannot. And when we cannot, to handle it or solve it, sometimes we say on our own, "Oh, I wish I could have kind of a superpower so I could easily handle it or to solve the problem." So when you think about this into the classroom, if you could have one superpower to use it in into the classroom, of course, what would it be, and how would it help you? And by the way, I'm not talking about being a Hulk and the smash everywhere. It's not about the kind of a superpower. But if you would like to have that kind of superpower, that's your choice. But yes, what do you think?
Yeah, yeah, that's a truly interesting word. A few years ago, I was sure that if I had a superpower, I would like to make my day longer, especially as the every teacher, yeah, probably every teacher can feel it, especially at the end of the term, yeah, here in
Exactly.
December. Yeah, and in May, that's for sure. But nowadays, my priorities have shifted a bit, have changed, and I would like to say that nowadays my logo is like work smart, no hard. If there is such a possibility, and nowadays I would like to choose the ability. I think it would be truly interesting to the ability to speak all the languages of the world fluently. Yeah,
That's
let me
nice,
tell you
superpower.
why. Yeah. Yeah, because I think it would help me, first of all, to work with a bigger number of students from all over the world, and also explain those students all the complexities of English, all the hardships, because every language has some peculiarities, and we also talk about idiomatic world, phrasal verbs. Yeah, I can compare it because in my free time I study Turkish just for myself as a hobby, and I also face with such challenges. They are interesting. They are truly okay to gain all these results higher and higher. But it's easy to overcome, but it needs time. Yeah, just like that. So yeah, sometimes I like that superpower, I can say, and I think it would help me to explain all these hardships of English through the lens of their native language. For example, nowadays some of my students are from Azerbaijan, and I can explain them a few idiomatic expressions of some hardships of English with help of Turkish, and it's also
Uh-huh.
truly inspiring me. Yeah, kind of like that. So I wish I could have such power.
Yeah, I wish you could have it in the future. All right, nice,
Okay.
nice superpower to have it, Ina. Thank you very much. Okay, Ina, think that we finish the interview, this one, and you go outside your home and find a lottery ticket that ends up winning $100 million, which is a huge amount of money. What would you do? But please be honest, okay? Tell the truth to us.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Well, I can say I have maybe three or even four ideas how to deal with such a big, truly big sum of money. First of all, I would like to invest a little bit of them, like a piece of money, we can say like that, into traveling and exploring different cultures because I find it truly inspiring. And as psychologists usually say, if you relax, it means you invest in your power, in your energy. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of for your future ideas. Yeah, you can feel truly inspiration for that. Next, I think I would also like to spend some of money to expand my teaching business. I wish I could create such program where students can learn and where they can study from all over the world, just from their home, like online program, but not only from A0 to C1, just like general English, but also legal English, medical English, IT English. It would help me to, it would help them and me to organize all this process much more flexible and tailored to their exact needs. And I would also like to give a significant portion to charity because nowadays there are many, truly many hardships all over the world. And I wish I could have such a possibility to help the elders, to help poor, to help orphans, because if somebody is happy, then we also feel that light inside our hearts. And if some money would would still have, it would still be there, yeah, I would probably well, I'm dreaming to buy two apartments, maybe somewhere in Turkey, in Istanbul, first of all,
Nice,
yeah.
very nice.
You
Nice
can see
idea. Thank you.
Yeah,
Great, great. Thank you for sharing your great ideas about $100 million. And I wish you would have as soon as possible that money and then
effort.
spend it, do and make your dreams come true, you know.
Thanks a lot.
Wonderful. Okay, so time flies, Now I'm gonna ask you my last questions and the hardest one. Ready for it?
Let's try.
Okay. What is your motto?
Well, that's really interesting question. I can say that work smart, not hard, because our day is such a short one
Nice
and we
one.
need to do with everything. Yeah. Sometimes we dive deeper into work and we forget about real life that is going on offline, meeting interesting people, traveling, explore different cultures, feeling that strong connection between you and your friends or relatives. And yeah, I can say that it's truly important nowadays to organize your work in the frame where you have everything divided, and not only your work but also your private life, also some moments for enjoyment, to explore some truly interesting movies, nice concerts, talking with truly inspiring people. I wish I could have it even more and more. So yeah, work
Nice.
my part.
That's very nice. That's very nice. Yeah, work smart, not hard. That's right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ina. And I'll ask all my questions to you about it. So before ending our live sessions, would you like to add anything else? Do you have any suggestions or any recommendations to our audiences or anything you want to say to them or to the whole world?
Oh, that's really interesting. Well, I can say the most important is to stay an optimist because even in such a challenging life that we have nowadays, it's really important to find that light at the end. Yeah. So even if our students aren't trying their best today, even if they forgot something, even if they have some hardships or our private life goes wrong way that we didn't expect to or something like that, it's truly important to have that goal and keep going to that goal because maybe well, I can share such an interesting quote that somebody said, if you had a chance to know that after 20 failures, you will achieve your result, how fast would you like to do those 20 failures? Yeah. So it's truly, truly important to keep going and keep exploring and accept every experience, even positive and negative as well.
Mm-hmm. I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ina. And I would like to say one more time, thank you very much for your suggestions, for your advice, and especially, which is the most important thing, is your time. For your time, you spend your time with us here. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's a honor for
And
me. A lot.
and Inna Bezbakh, if am I pronouncing correct, Bezbakh?
Everything is great. Thanks a
Okay,
lot.
Inna Bezbakh was with us here for our session, the 223rd session. We had a fruitful session with her, and as you know that we are going to be here at the same time on the same week every Monday at 9 p.m. in Turkey's time. And until the next time, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And please take care of yourself and take care of yourself,
Thank
And
you.
bye bye, everybody, and
Bye.
peace.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Goodbye.